Think you know Hollywood's biggest stars? Some of them are actually brothers. Despite different names, careers, and styles, from sitcom legends to Marvel heroes, these siblings often go unnoticed. Behind the fame and red carpets lie surprising family ties that might just change how some stars are seen. Get ready for revelations that prove Hollywood is truly a family affair. Ben Savage and Fred Savage. Fred and Ben Savage are real-life brothers who each shaped a generation of TV fans. Fred starred in The Wonder Years, earning critical acclaim, then transitioned into directing shows like Modern Family. Ben became a 90s favorite as Corey in Boy Meets World and later returned in Girl Meets World. One works behind the camera, the other remains a beloved on-screen presence. Blake Twomey-Wilhoit and Dylan Twomey-Wilhoit. Remember the lovable twins Nikki and Alex from Full House? They were played by real-life brothers Blake and Dylan Twomey-Wilhoit. Taking over the roles in season 6, they stayed with the show until its finale. Afterward, Blake became a firefighter in Los Angeles, while Dylan pursued sound design, working on hits like Game of Thrones and Furious 7. Dylan even earned an Emmy nomination in 2019 for his work on Game of Thrones, showing that their talents extended far beyond childhood stardom. Though out of the spotlight, both brothers built remarkable careers in entirely different fields. Ben Affleck and Casey Affleck. The Affleck brothers are a true Hollywood success story, though many don't realize Ben and Casey are siblings. Born 3 years apart in Berkeley, California, both launched their careers in the 90s, but took very different paths. Ben won an Oscar at 25 for co-writing Good Will Hunting, then starred in blockbusters like Armageddon and directed Argo, which won Best Picture. Casey, known for his quiet intensity, earned acclaim in The Assassination of Jesse James and won an Oscar for Manchester by the Sea. While Ben commands the spotlight in big-budget films and directing, Casey has built a reputation in independent cinema with emotionally rich performances. Together, they represent two powerful sides of modern Hollywood storytelling: Bill Murray, Brian Doyle Murray, and Joel Murray. Comedy runs deep in the Murray family, with three brothers leaving their mark. Bill Murray became a legend with hits like Ghostbusters and Groundhog Day. Brian Doyle Murray co-wrote Caddyshack and joined SNL, while Joel Murray found success on TV in Mad Men and Dharma and Greg. Together, they've shaped decades of comedy across film, television, and animation. Kiefer Sutherland and Angus Sutherland. Kiefer Sutherland rose to fame with gripping roles in shows like 24, but few know he has a half-brother, Angus Sutherland. Both sons of Donald Sutherland, Angus appeared in Harold and Kumar and Lost Boys: The Tribe. He later moved behind the camera, producing films like 1917. While Kiefer shines on screen, Angus quietly shapes stories behind it. The Baldwin brothers, Alec, Daniel, William, and Stephen. Before the Hemsworths or the Skarsgårds came along, the Baldwins were Hollywood's ultimate acting clan. Alec, Daniel, William, and Stephen Baldwin each carved out their own space in entertainment. Alec, the oldest, is the most decorated, known for The Hunt for Red October, Glengarry Glen Ross, and of course 30 Rock, which earned him 2 Emmys and 3 Golden Globes. Daniel built a steady TV career with Homicide: Life on the Street, while William grabbed leading man roles in Flatliners, Backdraft, and Sliver. Stephen took a different turn, embracing more cult and faith-based projects like The Usual Suspects and Biodome. Although their paths have diverged, both professionally and politically, their collective filmography spans over 150 projects. Charlie Sheen and Emilio Estevez. The Sheen name is one of the most recognized in Hollywood, but Emilio Estevez took a different route, keeping the family's birth name and setting himself apart. Despite their differing last names, Charlie and Emilio are brothers, and both sons of actor Martin Sheen. While Charlie's fame often came with controversy, Emilio took a more low-key approach. Emilio found success in the 80s Brat Pack with films like The Breakfast Club and The Outsiders, later directing The Way, starring their father. Charlie exploded with roles in Platoon, Wall Street, and the hit sitcom 2.5 Men, at one point becoming the highest paid actor on TV. They've worked together on projects like Men at Work, but have mostly forged their own individual careers. Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen. Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen became household names practically at birth. Cast as Michelle Tanner on Full House when they were just 9 months old, they charmed millions across 8 seasons. By 6, they had launched their own production company, starring in direct-to-video hits like Passport to Paris and Billboard Dad. At their peak, they built a billion-dollar brand that included books, fashion, and even dolls. But by their late teens, they stepped away from acting entirely. Their next chapter? Fashion Moguls, their luxury brand. The row earned high praise in the fashion world, winning prestigious design awards and making them leaders in high-end couture. Rob Lowe and Chad Lowe. Rob Lowe's charisma first shown in the 80s with The Outsiders and St. Elmo's Fire, and later in TV hits like The West Wing and Parks and Recreation. His brother Chad Lowe took a quieter but equally important path. Chad earned an Emmy for his role in Life Goes On, where he portrayed one of television's earliest representations of someone living with HIV. Chad's recent role as Byron Montgomery in Pretty Little Liars connected him to a new generation of fans. Like Rob, Chad also moved into directing, working on episodes of Bones, Lucifer, and Law & Order SVU. The brothers may not often share screen time, but both have had a lasting impact in different corners of Hollywood. The Hemsworth brothers, Luke, Chris, and Liam. Everyone knows Chris Hemsworth as Thor, and Liam as Gale from The Hunger Games. But fewer realize there's a third brother, Luke Hemsworth, who actually started acting first. Luke found his biggest success on TV, most notably as Ashley Stubbs in HBO's Westworld. While Chris dominates the global box office with Marvel films, Liam often takes on romantic and grounded roles. Each brother pursued success on his own terms. None of them rode on each other's fame, and interestingly, they've never starred in a film together. The Hemsworths have shown that sibling rivalry can be replaced with mutual respect and career independence. Beau Bridges and Jeff Bridges. When it comes to legendary Hollywood families, the Bridges brothers are at the top. Sons of actors Lloyd and Dorothy Bridges, Beau and Jeff didn't just follow in their parents' footsteps, they elevated the family name. Beau is known for his versatility, appearing in over 100 projects since the 60s, from Stargate SG-1 to The Descendants. Jeff Bridges, meanwhile, is often called one of the greatest American actors. The Big Lebowski, Crazy Heart, True Grit, the list goes on. The two starred together in The Fabulous Baker Boys, playing brothers in a film that mirrored their real-life bond and acting chemistry. Shawn Ashmore and Aaron Ashmore. It's easy to mix these two up. Identical twins Shawn and Aaron Ashmore have both made strong names for themselves in the sci-fi and superhero worlds. Shawn is best known as Iceman in the X-Men films, while Aaron won fans over with roles in Smallville and Killjoys. Though they look nearly identical, they've made a point to carve out separate careers. They rarely appear together on screen and even avoid playing twins professionally. Each has developed a distinct presence, Shawn with more dramatic and darker roles, Aaron with charm in genre-based TV. The Skarsgård brothers, Alexander, Bill, and Gustav. Straight from Sweden, the Skarsgård brothers have conquered Hollywood. Alexander broke through first with True Blood, then stunned audiences in Big Little Lies and The Northman. Bill followed, terrifying millions as Pennywise in it, and later appearing in John Wick 4 and Castle Rock. Gustav may be less well known, but is a television powerhouse. His role in Vikings as Floki showcased emotional depth and unpredictability. All three brothers bring unique strengths to the screen, proving that acting talent truly runs in the family. River Phoenix and Joaquin Phoenix. Before Joaquin Phoenix won an Oscar for Joker, his brother River was one of Hollywood's most promising stars. River's role in Stand By Me and later My Own Private Idaho turned him into a symbol of raw, emotional acting. Tragically, River passed away at just 23, leaving behind a legacy still felt today. Joaquin stepped into the spotlight years later, earning acclaim for Walk the Line, Her, and Joker. In every public speech, Joaquin honors River, crediting him with his inspiration and career path. Sean Penn and Chris Penn. Sean Penn is known for Mystic River, Milk, and Dead Man Walking, often lauded for his intense, emotionally charged performances. But his younger brother Chris Penn had a very different style. Chris was all about gritty, relatable roles, shining in Reservoir Dogs, Footloose, and The Funeral. Chris passed away in 2006 at just 40, but those who saw his work recognized a deeply talented and often underrated actor. The Penn brothers each brought their own energy to film, and together showed the emotional spectrum of great acting. David, Patrick, and Sean Cassidy. Born into a family of entertainers, the Cassidy brothers found their own paths in music, TV, and theater. David became a teen icon with the Partridge Family, while Sean followed with the Hardy Boys and later shifted to producing shows like New Amsterdam. Patrick leaned into Broadway and television, starring in productions like Annie Get Your Gun and Smallville. Though their careers spanned different mediums, the Cassidy brothers shared a common thread of stage presence and screen charm. Owen Wilson and Luke Wilson. Known for their quirky, low-key charm, Owen and Luke Wilson first teamed up with director Wes Anderson on Bottle Rocket. Owen gained fame in Wedding Crashers, Zoolander, and Cars, becoming a comedic icon. Luke played it straighter with roles in Legally Blonde, Old School, and The Skeleton Twins. Though their styles differ, Owen more offbeat, Luke more grounded, they've both created lasting impressions in comedy and drama. James Franco and Dave Franco. James Franco rose in the early 2000s with Spider-Man and 127 Hours, showing an ability to switch between serious roles and absurd comedies. His younger brother Dave came up later, starring in 21 Jump Street, Neighbors, and Now You See Me. Dave also took on directing with The Rental, adding a darker, suspenseful twist to his resume. They rarely worked together but did collaborate in The Disaster Artist, where Dave played Greg Sestero opposite James's portrayal of Tommy Wiseau, Donnie Wahlberg, and Mark Wahlberg. Donnie Wahlberg found early fame in New Kids on the Block before turning to acting in The Sixth Sense and Blue Bloods. Mark, famously once known as Marky Mark, reinvented himself with Boogie Nights, The Departed, and Transformers. While Mark became one of Hollywood's highest-paid stars, Donnie carved a path in TV dramas. Their strong family bond and relentless work ethic make the Wahlberg brothers a force across decades of pop culture. Matt Dillon and Kevin Dillon. Matt Dillon emerged in the 80s as a teen heartthrob in The Outsiders and earned an Oscar nod for Crash. His brother Kevin found his groove on TV, winning fans as Johnny Drama in Entourage, a role that earned him multiple award nominations. Though they rarely appear together, both brothers bring charisma and heart to their roles, one thriving in film, the other becoming a staple in television. Hollywood's family tree is more intertwined than most imagine. These brothers have walked wildly different paths, yet all brought something unique to the screen. Whether in front of the camera or behind it, their shared DNA hasn't confined them. It's expanded the possibilities of what talent can become. Which of these celebrity brother duos surprised the most? Drop thoughts in the comments, hit the like button if any were completely unexpected, and don't forget to subscribe for more fascinating dives into Hollywood's hidden connections.